Charlie, and what can we expect?
Well, he loves football. He loves to practice. He loves to just coming into meetings, studying what's going on. He's really interested in having a big season. Just a good kid, very explosive guy, can run, change directions. Obviously has great chemistry with our quarterback, so he's a blessing to have with us.
Brock Thompson, how's Brock come along? It sounds like he's been a little limited in camp.
He's getting back. He did a lot today. Really proud of him. He's grinding through it, but he did a lot of practice today. He's really savvy guy. He knows how to, maneuver his body and create separation from the defense. He's an experienced player, so it's good to have him out there. He had a good day today.
You haven't really had your full group together all camp, have you?
Yeah, we have. There's a lot of. We got a pretty deep crew. We got a lot of guys that could, play in a game. So yeah, we've had them out there.
Been happy with TJ Sheffield and Tyrone Tracy, I guess, working in the slot.
Well, our formations, they're all over the place. We try to keep it all, keep them moving so no one can pinpoint on where a certain guy is going to be. But they're both doing a really good job. TJ's been around a long time. His experience, he does, he helps out with the, what's going on and how the plays are going to work. Tyrone is just a really talented football player. He's one of those old school guys that just likes running or catching, or he may not be elite at a running back or a receiver, but he's an elite football player, which is what you need in the Big Ten. And the weather changes and how tough these games are going to get. But this guy's a football player.
What about Jones's skill set stands out to you?
His foot speed, his ability to finish catches, change the direction, which is three pretty good things to have when you're a receiver, yeah.
And Jeff's had some good things to say about Colin Sullivan and Elijah King, and it sounded like they've sort of been camp stars. I think they have a chance when everybody's healthy to really carve out a role on this receiving corps.
Yeah, well, what happens is you understand that this season is a long season. It's one game at a time, but we plan on going deep into November, having a shot at it. So we understand we're going to need every guy that's on our roster. And so, they are doing a good job. Colin has really had a great training camp. And we just know as the coaching staff that we're going to need them all. So we're just trying to train them and make sure everybody's ready, because you never know. I was telling, maybe it was Elijah, that, there's a lot of speed in the SEC, but these games up here are physical. That you get hit, and it's cold outside, and you got to grind in the Big Ten, but it's different. So we understand that we're going to need them all, because things are going to happen, and it's just physical in the Big Ten.
What has Mershawn Rice showed you?
He's an experienced. He understands the system. He's a big, long kid. They can get down the field. He's caught a couple long 80-yard touchdowns here in training camp. That whenever you're that tall and that long, you can run like that. You got a chance of getting out there and making plays. Yeah.
What about Yassine?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I spent a lot of time talking to his dad, but he's getting back. He's coming off the injury, but as you saw today, he's out there running and making catches. We're not sure where he is right now, but at some point in the season, he's going to help us. I've watched all his catches from the last year or so, and he's a really dynamic kid. Made a lot of diving catches here in the past, and we're going to need him. We're going to need them all.
Deion Burks, coach. He seems like a kid who may be ready to take that next step.
Yeah, he has to for us, because he has a skill set that you can't teach. He has elite foot speed, and you can't teach it. He's a very tough kid, but the way that he can accelerate and run, you can't keep a guy like that on the sideline. He's got to be out there doing something.
Like during the course of a game, where you look at potentially using 6 guys, 8 guys, or kind of.
Yeah, we haven't thought of. We're still in training camp, trying to make sure everybody's technique is sound. Make sure they all understand our concepts and understand the spacing on the field and how the motions and everything work. As we get closer to the game, we'll start talking about, who's going to get to run out there and who's not. So we haven't really discussed it yet. We're just trying to get better right now.
Do you have that number one, that alpha receiver?
No, we have a good group of guys. We have a good deep crew of guys. That I think can cause people problems because the ball could be spread all over the field. I mean, if you're out there with, Charlie and TJ and Brock or Dion, I mean, the field is spread. And, Payne's in there at tight end. The field's spread out. It's not leaning in one direction. That's our theory.
Talking to Chris Barclay earlier with the running backs, he mentioned that Tyron Tracy's obviously splitting time at running back and receiver. Do you feel like he's kind of getting the right balance of both aspects in the offense so far?
Yeah, well, we map it out in the meetings on what he's going to do each day and how we're going to use him so that he's getting, fundamentals and technique at both positions. And like I said, the kind of guy that he is, he's a football player. So you got to use him in different, doing different things. He can run and catch, and he can run the ball. And it's a matchup problem probably.